Hey, Weekly Walk viewers, happy Wednesday. Back in Florida. As it turns out, I just can't get enough of the Sunshine State despite the clouds today. But I will be in a city near you soon, so stay tuned for that. But it's June, which means it is Pride Month. And to celebrate Weekly Walk style, I sat down with my former colleague and current friend, Brandon Greer, who is Senior Manager of Corporate Development at HubSpot and also heads up HubSpot Ventures. And not only do we talk through why so many more software companies these days are launching venture arms and why that's important to their business, but we talk through what companies can be doing to support the LGBTQ plus communities, not just during Pride Month, but the other 11 months of the year. So check out the Weekly Walk to hear from Brandon and to hear what he would be doing if he wasn't in tech and what he'll be happy to share. So happy Pride Month to everyone, and we'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys. Brandon Greer, my former colleague. I feel like I just interviewed
Great.
Kyle Lacey. Now I've got you.
I know the
Awesome.
Graham reunion. That's right.
I've got all of my favorite colleagues, although I also have, my current friend still, former colleague,
That's right.
current friend. So
And the Weekly Walk franchise has grown considerably.
It's grown considerably. So I mean, I think we might be at 150 episodes or something at this point. 3.5 years strong. So, all right, you left us at OpenView to go join HubSpot, where you are Senior Manager of Corporate Development and Head of HubSpot Ventures. And so, I guess to dive right into the question there, you lead HubSpot Ventures, which is HubSpot's venture arm. And a lot more software companies we're seeing these days are getting into the VC world. In your opinion, why is that? And how does this support the overall mission as a company to have this venture arm?
Yeah, totally. You're right. I mean, it has become very much in vogue to have a corporate venture arm. And I think for good reason. We formalized HubSpot Ventures back in 2018,
okay.
Right around when I left OpenView and joined HubSpot. I initially was on our partnerships team and strategy org, but came over to the venture arm, which was a natural kind of seamless fit. And typically venture arms within corporate serve one of a few purposes, or multiple of a few purposes. And one is to kind of decentralize R&D and sort of scale your R&D efforts, but outside of a company. Certainly, there's a value prop around using it to feed your ecosystem or grow or fuel your ecosystem. So where there are categories of companies that aren't necessarily building on your platform yet, if you want to make some investments to sort of get them doing so, that's one way. And then the sort of old-fashioned read of corporate venture, which is why initially I think it got a bad rap, particularly around like signaling risk for founders, is companies that are sort of on the near midterm horizon for acquisition. But the reason I think why a lot of companies are waking up to it is that if you're in a position which HubSpot's fortunate to be, of being solid on a cash basis, and you are in a solid cash or balance sheet position, you really can use your balance sheet as an asset, like a competitive asset. And for us, I think investments, it's just another arrow in our quiver. Like we're continually building products. We're product first for sure, but I'm sort of in my little world looking for the next wave of interesting companies. So. We're open for business.
We're open for business. Well, it keeps you guys relevant. Obviously to your point, HubSpot is continues to be relevant, but it also probably allows you guys to just see what's coming down the pipe to continue to stay relevant as you look to the future.
That's the hope. You gotta stay relevant.
You gotta stay relevant. That is key in this crazy software world that we're living in. So, all right. So we are in Pride. June is Pride Month, and we are here in P-Town. Although I cannot wait to be here live in P-Town, sipping hopefully a frosé and eating a lobster roll. But how does HubSpot?
You're still drinking frosé.
I'm still drinking frosé. I can't wait to be doing this like live, Weekly Walk live from P-Town, sipping it. But how does HubSpot support and celebrate LGBTQ plus employees in the workplace during Pride Month? But I think also the other 11 months of the year. And to follow on to that, what steps can other companies take to ensure they're being supportive as well?
Yes, well, it's a great question. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. I wish we got a rainbow flag.
I know, yeah, so. Exactly. I do have my fan if you need it. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. There we go. Always prepared.
Yeah, all right. And so I figured I'd bring up a party trick. So yes. we really do, just embedded in your question is kind of my answer, right? It's there is Pride Month, but then there's we don't go hibernating in July onward, right? We're still here, and we treat it as such. I think there's all the kind of front-facing work we do of panels and all the stuff that meets the eye. And then there's the stuff in the background, which is much, much harder work, which is making sure that all 12 months of the year, LGBTQ identifying employees, queer employees feel truly part of the company. And listen, I'm one employee speaking, from my own experience, and you'll never find complete uniformity in any company and how we view our own experience. But I think we're getting quite close at HubSpot. We're one of the things that keeps, LGBTQ history and, advocacy at the forefront is making it part of all the other issues, right? And so when we think about women's history, when we think about Black history, there's a lot of blending and intersecting to do, and that's where it gets quite interesting. And so, if I'm super happy about that we have upcoming is a book club discussion with a book called All Boys Are in Blue, written by an author named George M. Johnson, and it's completely doing just that, intersecting the Black experience, the experiences of Black manhood with being LGBTQ plus. So that's one big piece of it, and I think you just have to also walk the walk wherever you do business, right? You can't have one office looking like Candyland and then the other is just complete, grayscale, right? Like thinking globally about how we attack pride and think about it as a bigger issue than just 1 month is a big thing.
Yeah, for sure. And HubSpot always, seems like you folks do a good job with that and being supportive across all aspects. But I think, for companies thinking about it, that's a good point about the continuity. So, and check out that book. Hey, I mean, honestly, that's half the battle these days, isn't it? And last question, if you were not in tech, what would you be doing?
You know the answer to this.
I know the answer, but tell the world your answer.
Right, it's a play I'm coming out, right?
Yes.
There is, without question, the secondary dream job to corp dev at HubSpot is to run multiple restaurants. I come from a line of really good cooks, one of whom was like a full-time cook in a cafeteria, but my dad's mom, and I went to culinary school throughout COVID because, as you know me, I cannot sit still, and that is what COVID made us do, and I was defiant, as I am, and I spent about 20 weeks in a culinary school program, got my diploma last week, and still intend to get into food, probably not in the near term. Culinary school teaches you all that goes into running a restaurant, and I know that I'm so far from ready today, but in time.
That is amazing. And I can confirm that Brandon, even pre-culinary school, was a phenomenal cook. So you might have to share your favorite recipe at some point. With all the WeeklyWalk viewers. Yes. So awesome. Brandon, you are fantastic. So glad to have you as a friend and former colleague. WeeklyWalk viewers, we're also thankful for you. Happy Pride to everybody, and we'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.